Hello, everyone. My name is Luis Hernandez Gomez, and welcome to my brand new channel, Growth from Within, where personal growth meets real life. Now, you might be wondering why this channel, what's it about, and who am I to be talking about all of this? Well, here's the deal this channel is all about self improvement, personal growth, and acceptance. My goal is to share concepts, tips, and strategies that can help anyone, no matter your background, live a more fulfilling life in this crazy, ever changing world we all live in. And yeah, I know what you might be thinking. This guy looks kind of young to be giving life advice. And you're absolutely right. I've only been around for 25 years. But here's the thing during those years, I've spent 7 studying psychology, and now I work as a community mental health counselor. That means that I'm blessed to get the chance to sit down with people every day who are dealing with real life challenges. And in the process, I've learned a ton about what helps people adapt, grow, and find meaning. Now, I'm not claiming to have all the answers because I don't. Just like you, I'm still learning and growing every single day. What I can do is share strategies that have helped me, along with insights I picked up from clients and mentors along the way. Quick disclaimer though, there's no such thing as a one size fits all solution when it comes to self growth and self improvement. Some of these strategies might click for you, some might not, and that's okay. The key is to experiment, find what resonates with you, and keep moving forward. So, with that said, let's dive in. Today, I want to start with what I believe is the top reason for why we suffer more than I, and maybe you, would like to, and that's something's called masturbation. Yep, you heard that right. Masturbation. Musturbiation. And no, it's not associated whatsoever with the dirty word that we all know that it sounds like. I promise. This is a psychological term coined by Dr. Albert Ellis, the founder of Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, or REBT for short. In simple terms, masturbation is when we pressure ourselves, others, and the world around us with rigid demands. It's when we take a personal preference and inflate it into a law of the universe. For example, you may have thought or heard yourself or others say things such as, I must succeed at everything I do. People should always respect me. Life has to be fair. Now here's the problem. These statements sound motivating, but they're actually, irrational. Why? Because they cannot be proven true. There's no cosmic courtroom where we can present evidence and win a case saying, see, Your Honor, this is why life really should be fair. Unfortunately, reality doesn't work that way. At best, these statements are wishes or preferences, but the moment we attach those words such as must, should, ought to, or have to, we're setting up rules that reality never agreed to follow. And when reality inevitably refuses to play along, we suffer. If you're familiar with Buddhism, you can probably see some overlap. In Buddhism, I'm recording outside by the way, so this is why you hear all these noises. In Buddhism, suffering, what's called dukkha, arises from craving, grasping, or clinging onto. We attach to things being a certain way, and when they aren't, we feel pain. Masturbation is basically the Western psychology version of this idea. Instead of flowing with reality, we cling to rigid demands. I must never fail. People should always treat me kindly. Life has to go the way I plan. But just like grasping in Buddhism, masturbation is a trap. The more we grip onto, no pun intended, the more we suffer. Now, why does masturbation hurt us? Let's break this down with some examples you might relate to. At work, you may tell yourself, I must never make a mistake. But eventually, you do, because, well, we're all human. Instead of just fixing the error, you spiral. I'm so stupid. I can't do anything right. I'm not cut out for this job. The mistake wasn't what crushed you, it was the must you attached to it. In relationships, for example, you believe my partner should always understand me, but they can't read your mind, so they may miss the mark every now and then. Instead of having a conversation, you fume over the thought, they don't care about me. They've never listened. The relationship strain grows, not from the misunderstanding, but from the should that you attach to that as well. In life, generally, we may think life should be fair. Then unfair things happen. Bad luck, favoritism, unexpected setbacks. Instead of adapting, we get stuck in resentment. Again, it's not the unfair event itself that's unbearable. It's our rigid demand that life must operate fairly at all times that hurt us. In each of these situations, the demand multiplies your suffering. The reality is already tough, but the must or should or ought to or have to is like pouring salt into an already hurting wound. So, how do we fight back against masturbation? We've used a powerful tool called cognitive restructuring. Cognitive restructuring is basically about catching these irrational thoughts, questioning them, and replacing them with healthier, more flexible alternatives. So here's how you do it. First, catch the thought. Notice when you're saying things like I must, I should, I ought to, or I have to. Number two, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this demand based on fact or just on preference? Where's the evidence that life must work this way? And what's the worst that will happen if it doesn't? And number three, reframe it. Replace the demand with a preference. For example, instead of saying, I must succeed at everything, say, I really want to succeed, but it's okay if I fail. I can learn and grow. Instead of saying, people should treat me fairly at all times, say, I strongly prefer fairness, but I can handle it if people don't always give it to me. Notice, this doesn't mean you stop having goals or stop caring about all these things in general. It just means you stop insisting that reality bend to your will 100% of the time. Now, here's where it gets even deeper. Again, no pun intended. A lot of our masturbation comes from the belief that our value as human beings depends on whether we meet our demands. For example, we may say things such as, I must succeed or I'm worthless. People must love me or I'm unlovable. I should never make mistakes or I'm a failure. This is where REBT introduces the idea of unconditional self acceptance, or ironically enough, USA for short. USA means recognizing that your worth doesn't go up or down based on your achievements, mistakes, or even how others treat you. You have value simply because you exist and you're here in this present moment. So instead of saying, I must succeed or I'm trash, you can say, I really want to succeed, but even if I fail, I'm still a worthwhile human being who deserves respect and compassion. And the amazing thing is, once you take away that crushing pressure of must succeed or else, you may actually free yourself to grow, try new things, and take risks without the fear of total self condemnation. So, here's my challenge for you this week. Start noticing your masturbation and should statements. Write them down when they pop up. Ask yourself, can I prove this statement true in all situations, or is it just a rigid demand? Then reframe it into a preference or desire while practicing unconditional self acceptance. Do this consistently, and you'll start to notice a huge difference in how you respond to stress, mistakes, and even unfairness. It's like setting down that backpack full of unnecessary bricks we've been carrying around this whole time. Well, thanks for watching, and remember, growth is a journey, not a race, and we're in it together. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and by the way, in the next video, we're going to go much deeper into unconditional self acceptance, what it really means, why most of us get it wrong, and how you can start practicing it in your daily life. Trust me, it's a game changer. So if that sounds interesting, make sure to stick around. Lastly, before I go, on a more serious note, I have something very important to share. September is National Suicide Prevention Month. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, please know you're not alone and your life truly matters to me, to your loved ones, and to this world. If you ever feel like you're in immediate danger or overwhelmed, please reach out right away. In the US, you can dial 988 to connect with the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, available 24/7. Otherwise, please reach out to resources in your local area. You can also lean on trusted friends, family members, or mentors, people who care deeply about you. Thank you for being here today, seriously, and thank you for taking steps towards your own growth and healing. You're so very worth it. Please take care in the meantime. Bye bye.